They make like 50,000 euros per month.
50,000?
He walked in a polar bear costume.
What?
So he didn't know she's a sex worker. And this guy was the husband of this girl.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tier 4. I'm Billy.
And I'm Lauren, and this is a podcast where we talk all things that normally stay in the group chat.
And today we have a very exciting guest. Please give it up for Catherine, everyone. Woo! Thank you for joining us.
Would you mind explaining to our audience a bit about what you do?
Okay, so I manage an ethical brothel, and it's not what would you expect.
You own one of the biggest brothels in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get here? How did you get into this business?
So it was like a huge coincidence. So I studied psychology, and back then I kind of thought like I want to be a neuropsychologist. One day I discovered this article with a manager of a brothel, and he was also a psychologist, and he talked about the way like how they treat this business as a regular business, like how you can do this business ethically. I finished the article and I was like, okay, so I need to track down the company he works for. So I did. And then I poured myself a big glass of wine and I wrote like the worst motivation letter. I was drunk when I sent it. And like a few days later, our HR, she called me and she was like, well, we read your letter and it was like very original. And I was like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. And then I went through like 3 rounds of the interviews and I was offered the job at the end. And since that, I'm there. 1st of June, it's going to be 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying, but when I think of someone who runs a brothel, you're not really what comes to mind.
Yeah.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
At some point, like I needed to tell this to my family. So for the first 3 months, I didn't tell them like anything. At some point, I was like, yeah, I should tell them. So I was like, yeah, guys, well, you know what? I'm working in a brothel.
Yeah.
How did they
And
take
they were
it?
like, what? You do what? They were like a bit shocked, but like at the end, like it kind of worked out.
What does your like role entail then? Because I think over here in the UK, brothels are illegal.
Yeah, they are.
So like
Yeah.
having a manager and having HR is kind of like, what?
Well, yeah, so I oversee the whole club. So we as a company, I think we are in market for like 30 years now. So we are like fairly big and fairly known. And so I basically oversee the whole club. That means that, so we have around like 60 employees. So it's like bartenders, security and receptionists. We have our own HR, we have IT guy, we have marketing department, we have cleaning ladies. So it's fairly big.
It's a full business. I know
It is.
so
It
silly,
is.
but like our idea of like what a brothel is, it seems
It
quite
is.
seedy, underground, and I guess that's why so many people are using it from looking at TikTok. Is it's legal and it's safe. Right.
Exactly. Like, so I work in this place and it's fairly big. So
Yeah.
these employees, they are my subordinates. So I need to know like what they are doing and like I am basically their boss. And then we have the ladies that work for us. They are not our employees. They are independent contractors.
Right.
And my main job is basically like to talk with people to see like if they need anything, if there is anything I can help them with, to support them, like specifically the sex workers. We also like, I don't want to use the word like hire them, but we also do like the introduction interview.
Yeah.
So when somebody wants to work with us, we basically like sit down with them and tell them the rules and like the conditions that we have. And if they agree, they can work with us. So we as a managers, we never tell them like what they should do, with whom, for how much. They set their own schedules. So when they are coming from different brothels, they are like, okay, so you will tell me what I should do, right? Like you will give me the customer and like I will do the job. And then I'm like, no, it doesn't work like this with us. So with us, they decide about their own services. So not everybody does like full service. We have a few ladies and they do like a different type of sex work. So for example, one of them, she does like, all she does is just squirting.
Oh, wow.
So she just squirts on people and she's kind of successful.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Dare I say, quite successful.
Wow, that was
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
Nice.
She should take that one if
Yes.
she's not used that.
Madam Squat Successful.
Yeah, it's quite successful. Let's make it happen.
And so like it's almost like a non-profit, is that right? So like you don't charge them, they earn their own money. How does that work?
So when they work with us, they only pay the rent. So we never take like 50% from them. The only expenses that they have is to pay the rent. So like imagine like going to the hotel, like you just pay for the rent and like what you do there, like how long you're gonna stay there. This is on you. And this is the only expense that they pay to us, because I don't think like taking 50% from like their money, it's something that I want to do. So we just have this like system that they just pay the rent and that's it.
Can I ask, you said that you kind of screen the girls, whether they can run their business there. Do you screen the men coming in?
So we are a walking club, and like every day there is around like 500, 600 people coming in. Wow. So we can't do that, but we do have like several procedures. So first of all, when you want to walk in, you need to pay the entrance fee, which is like 20 euros, and you need to go through our reception. So our receptionist will speak with you, and if they will see that you are drunk, not like funny tipsy drunk, but like when you are like drunk, or like you're already took a lot of drugs, or you're being aggressive, or you don't have like appropriate clothes, they will not let you in. So this is one thing that we have. Then there are CCTV everywhere. So just in case anything happens, like we have that footage. The CCTV is everywhere apart from the rooms. So like we don't have that. This is actually illegal. So we have CCTV everywhere. We can call police anytime, which really helps, because some people, they think that even though this is a brothel, like they can do anything. This is not the case. So like you still need to like follow like basic human rules. And then the ladies, they can turn down the customer like anytime. So they can refuse the customer, either if it's because of the services, like he wants something that she doesn't want to do, or it's just the vibes are not there. Like the girls, they have like different reasons why they refuse somebody. But we always leave this up to the girls.
What's been like the craziest thing that's happened with a customer?
We had a girl, and she was working with us for like many years, and she was like very friendly, so we knew everything about her family. Like we saw the photos of her husband, and she was working only on Mondays, and her husband, he didn't know. So he didn't know she's a sex worker, so she kept it in a secret. And then we had a customer, and he always came to our place on Fridays, and this guy was a husband of this girl. Yeah, and they didn't know about each other's like involvement. Because like this guy, he was also very talkative. So at some point we were like, it's him.
Stop.
It's him.
Did they ever
this
find
kept
out?
going for like months, maybe like a year or something. Wow. They didn't know.
Oh my.
And like we didn't want to tell them, obviously, because like we don't want to get
privacy.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
How did they find out?
Well, I have actually no idea what happened, because at the end, like she stopped to going to our club, and like several weeks or months later, he stopped to go to our club as well. And it was funny because like I remember that she was sitting in the room, and she was like, maybe I should start to go here during like Fridays and Saturdays, because these are like the busiest days. And we were like, nope, stick with the Mondays. And then like he was like, well, maybe I'm like scared that like somebody will see me here, so maybe I should start to go here like Mondays, Tuesdays. And we're like, nope, stick with the Fridays. It's good.
Can you imagine
like imagine that you have like somebody that close to you, and like you don't know that person at all.
Imagine like you walk into the room and then it's like, oh, my prostitute's my wife.
That actually happened as well.
Really?
Oh yeah, it actually worked out very well for them, because he saw her there, and at the end, like he kind of admitted that it turns him on, and he starts to see her as a client.
Oh.
Which is nice.
Gosh.
I mean,
Yeah, I get that, I guess.
Wow. I guess this maybe brings in a kind of, not criticism, but like a feminist debate that comes into this line of work, is that we're kind of living in a world where we maybe feed into men's like sexual desires a lot. And in Europe, it is a big thing to have brothels, right? So what would be the difference between a women-run legal brothel versus a more underground common brothel run by a man?
I really believe that sex workers should be able to tell themselves like what they want to do. So this is the main difference.
Yeah.
So I don't want to work in a place where I need to go to anyone and tell her, okay, you need to do this blowjob to this guy for this amount of money and you will give me like 50% of that.
Yeah.
So like I don't think like this sits right with me. They should have a right to decide about the customer, about the services. One of the things that we do is that we never advertise the services of like particular sex workers. So we never say, Amanda will do blowjob for this amount of money, because we always let them decide. So if she wants to do like a blowjob for this customer, that doesn't mean that she wants to do a blowjob with another customer. Right. So they can always decide, okay, this is the service that I want to provide for this specific customer. And I believe like this makes the huge difference.
Yeah.
The opportunity and like the right to choose and say no. And also like not being financially burdened by people taking percentages.
Yeah. Because like when you take a percentages, you want this person to make as much money as she can, because that means that you will also make as much money.
Yeah.
But I don't think this works very well, because then you need to, let them to stay there like maybe longer than she wants to. Whereas like in this system, so we never even like schedule their like rents. So if she wants to work like 1 day per month, she can. If she wants to work like 20 days per month, she's absolutely free to do so.
How does it work in terms of like spaces? There can only be so many girls working at the same amount of time, right?
We have some capacity because every worker, they have their own room. So we have around like 100 rooms. And this is the maximum capacity. But like the core that we have, it's like 500, 600 girls at the moment. But like over the years, I think it's more like 9,000 girls that used to work with us.
And do they share rooms then?
No. Like everybody has their own room.
Okay, got you. Sorry. Can you explain to me what the 8-second rule is?
So every room has a panic button, and that means that when the girl doesn't feel good or something is happening in the room, she can always press it and the security will come. And the security needs to be there within 8 seconds, because like we were once told that when you start to like suffocate somebody, it takes 8 seconds for him or her to go unconscious. Oh, wow. So this is the reason why our security is trained. We train them like every 3 months again and again. So they know the fastest route to the room. They know like how to open it. They know like which like pair of them will go there. So we train them regularly. But yeah, like because we are that big, like this almost never happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because when you want to harm somebody, like you will not go to the club where there are like cameras. You see the security when you are entering. Everybody is around you and they know that we can call police anytime.
So the panic button generally isn't used that much in your club?
It's used sometimes when the client fall asleep or like he doesn't want to leave. So the service is over and he's sitting there naked and he's like, I just want to continue. Like, I don't want to leave. And then she's like, but you need to pay. And he's like, I don't want to pay.
Yeah.
So like these are the most typical reasons.
Come on, Martin. We've got an easy jet flight in the morning. Liverpool's calling you.
No, we need to check in. For someone that's never been in a brothel and potentially might not ever go in a brothel, could you describe like your first day walking into that environment and like how that's changed from then to now?
I remember when I walked in for the first time, like everything looked so normal. I kind of expect like people to be wearing like a fake furs, like golden chains, like these kind of stuff. And then I walked in and there was the receptionist and they were wearing like a suit. And then I met the owner and he's like such a sweet guy. Like he has a family. He's like a really cool guy. And I was sitting there, I was like, am I really in a brothel? Like I expected something different.
What visually explain it to me, because I'm like you, like my first impression is like something from Euphoria where it's kind of like fur carpets and like
it's a bit cheesy because it needs to be, you know, like it's a brothel. There's like a lot of red light like everywhere, and there's a bar. We have like a lounge area, so we have like a different areas. So one of the areas is with the rooms, but when you walk in, there's a bar. You can like sit there, like have a drink, relax, like chat with your friends. So some of the guys that walk in, like they don't go to the rooms. They just like come here to have a drink and have a fun. And like maybe after a while, like they decided they want to go to check the area with the rooms, but like there is no pressure to go to the room.
Right. What is the purpose of red light in this profession? Is there a reason, or is it just...
So it's kind of something like historical. So usually when there were like sailors, they had this like a smaller lamps. And then when they went to the brothel, they lit the lamp outside. So that's how like other sailors knew that this is the place where to meet the girls. And then like the red light, it's because it should make your skin look better.
Make me look skinnier.
Yeah. Who is the main clientele in your brothel? Are these guys single? What's their ages?
Not everyone is single. I would say like 60% of them, they are in a relationship.
Classic.
When I started to work there, I was like, oh my God, like they are dickheads. Like they are cheating on their wives. Like what the fuck? And like some of them, they are cheating on their wives, but like some of them, they don't live in monogamous relationships. So we tend to think about people that they live in closed partnership, but a lot of the people, they actually don't. And like their partners, they know about like them being involved in different people. For some wives, it's like much more better that the husband is seeing a professional. First of all, she's professional. She takes care of her health, and she will not want to steal the husband.
That's true.
Very interesting.
I mean, again, in terms of clientele, is it more locals or is it tourists? Or is
Mostly tourists. I would say
tourists?
like 70% is tourists.
Wow.
Any particular region or...
We do have a lot of British guys, and they are like always, but like they are always like a bit of a nightmare.
Oh yeah, surprise,
It's like they
surprise.
party a lot, like they like to take a lot of drugs, but like they buy these drugs on street, and then like we see it and we're like, what did you take? I mean, what's that? I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
We don't have a good rep anywhere.
No, embarrassing ourselves.
How much money do like the women make then? Is it all?
Try to guess.
Oh gosh, no.
For on a day or like over a...
Per month.
Per month. This is gonna upset me.
No, it shouldn't upset
Not
you.
upset me.
Big
No,
up-
just make me jealous.
up Squat
Jealous,
Cesspool.
sorry. Yeah, Squat Cesspool. I'm glad for you. I'm depressed for me. 4,000
4,000 of what?
a month. 10,000.
2,000 euros.
No, that's
It's
less than-
50,000 euros.
50,000?
Yeah. The best earning women, they make like 50,000 euros per month.
Do you have any like male
Any open
workers?
spaces?
Or, like,
We are really open to anybody, so you can come.
Any rooms free?
50,000.
That's...
I could do like a gap month from work and pay off some stuff.
So there is this idea from the outside that people that are sex workers maybe come from a poorer background and are resorting to this profession because maybe they've not got any other assets or any other avenues to go down. But actually these women, it's like a full-time profession. Is it respected in Europe?
I mean, there is still like a huge stigma. I think like this will never be in a different way. But yeah, I mean, most of people, they kind of think that being a sex worker is like a last resort.
Yeah.
And for some people in sex work, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start to be sex worker like that. Sometimes like you don't need to register yourself. So these are like tax-free money. So like when you are in a huge debt, that means that you can just like earn a lot of money and like the state will not take any portion of those money. So like a lot of people, they go to sex work because it's their last resort. But the women that we work with, this is just not the case. Like most of them, they speak like different languages. They studied university. So for example, like one of my best friends from this industry, like she speaks 6 languages and she's a lawyer and she still does a sex work. So these are like different types of sex work.
You don't have to answer this, but that's what the girls make. Have you made a big profit from doing this profession?
So we as a club,
Yeah.
I mean, it's profitable. Like otherwise we wouldn't be in the market for such a long time.
Of course.
Yeah.
But it's a thriving business. So
It is. Like apart from the rooms, that like the money that we have from the rents, there's also the entrance fee, like the bar. It's a big one. So
yeah. So fascinating. I saw one of your TikToks that said that nothing grosses you out anymore. What does a room typically look like after a person has used it? How constantly are we cleaning this?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty normal actually. Like I've seen like a lot of stuff, like some of them, they were definitely like extreme, like a lot of bodily fluids everywhere. But this is not like very typical. So most of the guys, they are like, the standard service is like 30 minutes, but most of those guys, when they are like really quick, they are like out in 15 minutes.
Nice.
And is it the same fee? Like you don't get paid for how long you're in there for?
No, I mean you just pay for half of the. So like you just pay for like the time span.
Yeah.
And then like if you're quick, then it's up to you.
Yeah, good, as it should be.
Yeah. How was sharing your business being received on TikTok, especially as a young woman owning this kind of business?
When I started to share like, you know, my things on my content on Instagram and TikTok, like sometimes I did get a lot of hate, but after a while I was like, I just really don't care, because like most people, they don't know anything about sex work, they don't know anything about like this world. So when they kind of criticize me, I'm like, you don't know anything about that. So it's like me telling anything bad about like a law or like how to cook something. Like I'm a terrible cooker, so like I can't criticize anything. And like, yeah.
People online are idiots, and people always have a
I mean, sometimes they are, but you know, I just really don't take this personally.
When we were doing a bit of research, one of the conversations we were having is like, obviously you're helping women in this profession. Have many people come to you and like said how much you've changed their life by providing such a safe place for sex work?
I mean, sometimes I do hear this from like a girls working with us, but it's not like every day they would be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. Like, thank you. It's like usually they are like, I'm just so glad that I found this place, because like they obviously travel around the Europe, they try different stuff. And when they see that there is a place where they can like really decide for themselves, it makes a huge difference for them.
Yeah.
So it's not like me personally, but it's more like the model that we have.
What's like the average, how long's the longest girl been there for?
So I think around like 30 years since we started.
Wow.
So I think the oldest lady that works with us, she's like between 55 and 60, and she's like fairly successful.
Wow.
And like all the young guys, they go to her.
Has there been anything in your management style or the way that you provide for these girls that's changed over the 10 years that you've worked in the club?
Before I started, like I didn't have like any management concept in my mind. So like they basically like showed me everything. Because I studied psychology, I believe that like you should involve like other people in your decision making. When we want to make some new rule or something, we always discuss this with the workers. Yeah. So we kind of know like if it even makes sense, because like they are the ones who will need to follow that rule. So this is like what I believe in, like to speak with people, like to see their opinions about that and then like get them involved.
Yeah.
I'm not like this type of the boss that says, okay, well, you need to do this because I decided.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do this.
And you say you've been like doing this for like 10 years. What's been like the biggest changes from when you started to now?
I think I can definitely appreciate like different types of relationships. Before I started in this work, I had this like kind of like narrow idea that like you have the relationship, then you go through marriage and there are like kids and those kind of stuff. But now I see like how different lifestyles and like different relationships can unfold. Like before that, you know, I found like really weird that like somebody does this work and has a husband and like he knows about that and he supports her. But like right now, I kind of find it weird when it's not that case.
Yeah.
Because like it's your partner's choice. And like when you talk about it and when you really face that like stereotypes about relationships, like you can actually like grow together.
Have you ever had any public figures come into your...
Yes, but I'm not allowed to say like which ones.
But that's interesting, but you have recognised.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's the funnest part of your job?
I think like seeing like very different kinks that customer has.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean like once we had a customer and he walked in a polar bear costume.
What?
Because like polar bear costume. Because
my
like
gosh.
his idea of like sexy time was that he will be
going
a polar
extinct.
bear. So like you get to see like different fantasies, and I love that.
Yeah.
Because like sex can be colorful, you know, it
This
can be
is
like very
true.
creative.
Yeah, and we're
and
not
like
here
we
to
get to see
shame.
that every single day. So it's nice.
Do you think it's made you more sexually empowered in yourself?
I mean, before that, I was already like pretty open about my sexuality. So I love to go to swingers parties and I have an OnlyFans. So I'm like pretty open about anything that I do. But this actually like made me to see like more. I mean, I've never thought that somebody can be like aroused by being a polar bear, but yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah. That's the beauty of going into the office. It just opens your mind every day.
Definitely. Do you ever get people behave differently towards you knowing you're a woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the guys, sometimes when they need to speak with me, so when there's the alarm situation or when they
Yeah.
complain, they kind of expect like somebody different. And then like I go there and I'm like, hey, I'm a manager, so what can I do for you? What happened? And he's like, oh, no, are you going to suck my dick or what? And I'm like, no, I'm the manager. Oh yeah, sure. Like bring me the real manager. So like sometimes the guys are like this, or sometimes they're like, yeah, well, because you're a girl, like I don't want to speak with you about like my dick not getting hard because it's too embarrassing. Like maybe I would like to speak with another boy.
Right.
So, or like the girls, like they are kind of surprised when they see like girl being a manager, because sometimes they come from a clubs and the manager is usually a guy. And like sometimes when there is this like an interview, like they like to try them. And when they see that I'm a girl, they're like, oh, I feel like much more safer because like I know that I will not need to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always must be reassuring.
Yeah.
Are you the only manager as well?
No. It's like 5 of us.
Both of
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Are you all women?
No, we have 2 boys and 3 girls.
So we've obviously seen your TikTok, and there's one moment that really stuck out for us was like all the complaints that you've heard at your the brothel. So we thought we'd play a game of Brutal, where we read out a couple of stories and then we'll rank from 1 to 10 on how brutal we think those stories are. I'll go first.
Go.
She was wearing the same perfume as my wife. I think that's a nice thing, no? Like,
It's like home.
comfort.
Feels like home.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you clearly like it if it's on your wife.
That is, and they've complained to you about that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
What can
Yeah.
you do about that?
I was like, I'm sorry, I guess. But there's like nothing I can do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in terms of brutal, that's a 0 for me.
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
mean-
quite nice.
That's just a silly one, I think. I
Yeah.
agree. I think that's like a 1 out of 10.
Or maybe if sense-wise it's reminding you of the guilty act you're doing, then that's you issue.
Yeah,
that's an
that is-
issue.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the relationship that he has with the wife, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The room was too bright and I couldn't concentrate.
Oh, bless you.
Oh my gosh.
Blindfold?
Blindfolds exist.
That'll work.
Like, what can you even do about that? Maybe get a little lamp?
I mean, we do. So we have like the thing that you can like tone down the lights.
Oh.
gosh.
So I'm sure like the sex worker, she did it, but then he was like, I didn't like it anyway. So like some people, they just like to complain about anything.
Yeah.
And I think this was the only thing that like he can like see.
Wow.
So then he was like, yeah, the room was too bright. Like bring me my money back.
I reckon
so it's all
I couldn't
trying to-
concentrate was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't get hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. That was that.
Right.
that's embarrassing for him.
That's your sweetheart.
Yeah. 2.
2.
2. He did a lot of drugs and then complained that the girl was too tall.
Is this about me?
It is about you, isn't it?
Oh, that's ridiculous. The girl was too tall.
I don't know. I think it was like a normal height.
Oh,
But also, surely he's deciding who he's.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he saw it before.
Yeah.
And then like maybe the drugs kicked in I don't know. But then like the complaint was like, she's too tall.
I think that's
And I
quite
was like,
brutal.
yeah.
Like, that's quite
That is-
harsh to
That's
be like,
horrible on the girl.
sleep with someone and go, it's too tall. No, not for me, sorry. I'd give that a 5.
Yeah, 5.
It's quite harsh.
Horrible. I heard the clocks ticking and it made me nervous. I actually think this is really valid.
Is your name Captain Hook?
Yes, and there's an alligator.
Yeah. What are you nervous about? Tick tock, tick tock.
Oh my goodness. It can be distracting.
It can be, yeah.
But also we are on a time.
Yeah, it's
we
so-
are on a time here.
It's a final countdown.
Oh gosh.
Do you have music in the...
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
So there's some music and like sometimes there's the clock ticking, but it's not like extreme.
Yeah.
It's like very subtle.
Just like surround sound of clocks ticking. Tick, tock, tick, tock.
But like, yeah, some people, they can get like very nervous, especially when it's their
Yeah.
first time. So like, this was like, you know, I apologized to him and I was like, if you want anything at the bar, like a beer or something, like go to
Aw,
have
that's
it.
quite sweet.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Okay, so note to self, next time I go, I'll complain about the clocks.
I'll bring some
A
headphones.
free drink. She had a tattoo of her boyfriend
Oh, yeah.
on her arm. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's quite...
I guess you have to enter, if you're a man coming into this establishment, you have to maybe not assume that all these girls are going to be single.
Well,
Yeah.
also, yeah.
More of them, they are in a partner relationship. so-
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a face.
Oh.
Like a huge face.
That's kind of crazy. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
I'd give that probably a 4.
4.
4.
Puked all over the bathroom and then complained it was her.
Yep.
That's rude.
That was
Ew.
really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, look, man, I'm going to be polite, but I know it wasn't her.
Yeah.
He was like, no, it was me. I was like, what? Maybe it was me. I was like, okay.
And your breath smells of vomit. So
Yeah.
And
that's
you're
just. I take it they must have been a bit drunk.
He was properly drunk. And that doesn't happen like
Yeah.
that.
I'd give
That's
that a
thick.
5.
5.
She refused him, and he called the police.
Yeah.
And so they hadn't even entered the room at this point, or were they?
No, she was like, I don't want to go to the room with you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
go somewhere else. And then like he started to be really angry and he called the police. And then like the police came and he explained them the problem. And they
stop
were
that.
like, what do you want from us?
Right.
Like she clearly told you she doesn't want to go to the room with you. Like, what do you want?
How
And then like he
embarrassing.
complained with the police and this took like 1 hour.
Really?
It was crazy. Like I've never seen anything like that. Because like he was so stubborn.
Yeah.
Like at some point we were like, look, just take him out from our club. Like we will give him the entry back. Just like, we don't want him here. And he was like, no, but I have a right to stay here.
I have a right.
Oh, my
It
gosh.
was crazy.
Gosh, that's probably a 9 for me.
9.
That was really
That's
annoying.
horrific.
That's awful.
I saw the wallpaper on her phone. She has kids.
Why are you looking at her phone?
Yeah.
Leave her, give her some space, man. like
It's
none
like
of your
expecting
business.
like your favorite actor
Yeah.
that he really be that character that you just watched.
Yeah.
It's like they have their own life.
That's valid.
I think, yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. I give that a 2. Grow up.
Yeah, grow up. And we're topping off that. Topping off? Is that
Topping
right?
off.
What does that mean? Take your tops off. And we thought it'd be fun to do a little quick fire round. So whatever comes to the top of your head, fire it at us. Okay, what is the weirdest request you've ever had?
So one client came in and he wanted to do a plumber role play.
Plumber.
Yeah, the guy just walks in and he wanted to be a plumber, so he took like a uniform.
Oh my God.
And he paid a lot of money just to repair the sink, to fix the toilet.
Wait.
Not in a sexual way. He just
I mean,
wanted
he
to be a
didn't do
plumber.
anything sexual.
Where is
So,
he?
like, the
Where's he
girl-
based?
So like the girl, she was just pretending to have like a broken sink. And he took the uniform and he just fixed the sink for several hours. And then he just left. And he was like, this was the best.
What?
Oh.
I hope she got an hourly rate for that as well. 'Cause
Wow, very helpful, actually. More men should be like that.
what's the most expensive booking you've had?
I think the most money that one girl earned during the night was like 30,000 euros. But that doesn't happen too often, okay? This was like an exception.
It's like a yearly salary for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
30,000 in one
yeah,
night.
yeah. She was kind of happy about that.
I bet.
Yeah.
But the next day she still went to the work and I was like, you should at least like take some free day.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I want to be here. Maybe it's going to be repeating again.
What did she do for it? Was it? Or
It
just
was
a
just like
high-paid
normal,
client?
normal
Just like
booking.
loads-
I mean, they stayed for several hours together.
Wow.
But it wasn't anything like extreme.
Yeah.
He just like had a lot of money and
Yeah.
he was willing to share.
That's.
Whoa.
Wish that was me.
What's something a client would do that instantly gets them banned?
Being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does a good day or night in your business look like financially?
So for us, as I said, the rent is still the same. So usually we are like fully booked. So it doesn't make any difference. But when there's like a really good night, it can go to like 5,000, 6,000 euros for the bar.
Nice. That's
Which is
pretty
nice.
good.
Like people drinking.
Slay.
Love that.
Yeah. What's the average spend of a customer?
I would say like 300 euros, something like that.
If people saw what really happens in your brothel for one day, what would surprise them most?
I think how normal it can be.
Yeah.
I love that.
I just classically want to come into the brothel. and see
I
it.
want a little tour.
Or you can come anytime and I'll just show you around.
Do you get many women come in, actually?
Sometimes we do.
Okay.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes they come in for like a, lesbian experience, how they call it.
Yes.
So sometimes we do. Sometimes we do get a couples, which is always a mess because you see them and you know it's gonna end up like somebody crying.
Really?
Yeah, because usually they're like, okay, we were drinking and we kind of had this idea that it's gonna be fun to go to the brothel together and like explore. But they didn't talk about this before. So like they didn't establish like any boundaries, like they don't know what is going to happen in that room, and the guy is usually the one that jumps in to the action, and the girl is sitting there and she's like, oh my god. So when I see like couple coming in, I know like somebody's gonna cry.
Oh.
Bless.
Yeah.
It is a big fantasy, isn't it? To have a third, as they say.
It is, and I think it's really good to do this with a professional.
Sure.
But like I also think it's good to discuss it before.
Yeah. And not on it.
We will.
We will really talk about it. We'll make sure we do the right thing.
No tears.
Yes, no, I won't cry. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been
It's lovely.
You've
so
really opened our
amazing.
eyes.
And then for our listeners or audience, where can they find you on your socials?
So you can find me on Instagram. It's Catherine_De_Noir. So there you can find anything that you need.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Give it up for Catherine.
Woo!